Marvel Rivals was the surprise hit needed to finish off an otherwise lackluster 2024 gaming year. In an age where hero shooters were dropping like healthcare CEOs, no one expected Rivals to succeed. Sure, the story's non-existent and the game's janky as hell, but it's fun and proves the adage that gameplay is king. No matter how pretty and polished a game is, no one's gonna play that shit if it isn't fun, and that's where the competition failed. Instead of making a new Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, Ape Escape, Infamous, Killzone, or Twisted Metal, Sony decided to spend $400 million on the lamest game possible that no one asked for. But hey, at least they sold 25,000 copies, and at $40 a pop, that's about $1 million, meaning they only lost $399 million. I hope they learned a very expensive lesson there. Listen to the consumers. People play games to zone out, have fun, and do something they can't do in real life. So nobody wants to load up a video game after a long day of losing in the real world and roleplay as a fucking loser. I want to be the Hulk, not the Bulk. Hella not hella old. Rocket Raccoon, not transitioning Poon. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Marvel Rivals reinvented hero shooters or anything crazy like that, but they did take already established characters that people love and made them fight each other in a fun and free way. There's destructible environments to help with camping, a ton of mobility, team-up perks, and a very reasonable monetization model. If you want to pay money to make the thing look like two kids trying to sneak into a rated R movie, be my guest. That's how these free games survive. Get people to try it out since there's zero barrier to entry, hook them with addicting gameplay, and then have them spend their money making Invisible Woman's assets a little less invisible. Alright, that's enough glazing though, because despite all the things Rivals does right, the game is far from perfect. First and foremost would be the jankiness. My god, do some characters and specific moves feel fucking horrible to use. Venom and Spider-Man are practically unusable in small spaces, and even when you are in the open, the swing has its own momentum that will just carry you wherever it wants to go. Captain America's shield being a toggle feels like shit because it gets stuck when you're trying to quickly swap between attacking and defending. Iron Man's dash is slow as hell and looks like it's his first time flying. And Punisher's zipline somehow sends his big back soaring 20 feet in the air if a single pebble manages to touch your foot. Also, low-key is high-key annoying as fuck to fight against. Dude teleports all over the place, goes invisible to heal, and can make him and his teammates basically invincible for a few seconds. So I'm definitely hoping for some balance changes and character reworks, cause I forgot some of these mofos were even in the game. Like Wakanda must be struggling with tariffs or something since I have yet to see a single Black Panther appearance. Also, a lot of the ultimates just outright don't feel good to use, like Thor's slow-ass wind-up for the least amount of damage possible. That shit's about as impactful as Love and Thunder was at the box office. Or Wolverine's ultimate, where you launch them into the air but then slam back into the ground before they land, making it pretty much useless. I'm not saying every ult should be a team killer, but they should at least feel like you're making a difference in the battle. Streamlining controls would be my next biggest gripe, because why are all the situational attacks on different buttons? Venom dives with square, Cap dives with R2, Iron Man shoots his missiles with X. Just make that shit the same across all characters, what are you doing? God forbid you try to swap between two different flying characters, you're gonna have completely different controls for ascending and descending. And I know it's the same in each category, like Doctor Strange and Star-Lord use X and R3, and true flyers like Iron Man, Storm, and Human Torch all use L2 and L1, but muscle memory is muscle memory, and it actually messes me up a lot. Plus, why is L2 up and R1 down? It should be reversed with the higher button going up and the lower button going down. Maybe I'm just a fucking idiot and this feels weird to me and no one else, but I swap between Iron Man and Star-Lord pretty often and it messes me up every single time. I know it might sound like I'm nitpicking, but all these little things add up and make it feel like a free-to-play game, which it is, but you don't want it to feel that way. People have been calling this the Overwatch killer, but
how do you kill that which has no life?
Overwatch was dead the second Overwatch 2 canceled the PvE mode and tried to convince people it was still somehow a different game. Yeah, it's true that I would rather play Rivals than Overwatch 2, I mean, look at what I logged into when I tried to scope it out.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
But the OG Overwatch won Game of the Year for a reason, and I played that shit every day for like a year straight. It was perfect. So as much as I love Rivals, if it released in May of 2016, it'd be getting the Battleborn treatment. What's Battleborn, you ask? Exactly.